Welcome back, everybody, to The Hole in the World, an actual play set in the world of The Invisible Sun by Monte Cook Games. I am, as always, your host with the most, Zach, otherwise known as Great Zamino. I use he, him pronouns. And I am joined by my four lovely cast members today, starting with Marcy, if you want to introduce yourself.
I'm still Marcy, still experimental badness most places around the internet. And I am once again back playing Gabrielle Kazan, the iconoclastic ardent apostate who hosts a choir.
Excellent. And moving down the overlay, Bill, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Bill. You can find me on the internet as Ghost Bike, and I'm playing Maurice Webb, a stalwart empath of the Order of Weavers who turns tales into reality.
Fantastic. Moving over to the opposite side of the overlay, Hopper, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Hopper. I am fail deadly most places on the internet. That's with a 3 instead of an E because I'm super cool. Um, and I am playing probably Okris, the iconoclastic ardent apostate who heralds endings. Did I remember that? No, I did not.
I think you did. Yeah. No.
No. I definitely read that off.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Hi. I'm not taking stolen valor. Who?
And finally, last but not least, Marissa, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marissa. I use she, her pronouns. I'm an editor of books, TTRPGs, video games, who goes by Critical Kitten most places on the internet. And I play Kiri von Hollingsworth, the first assistant librarian of the Order of Advance. She is an aromatic stoic who understands the word, the guardian of Zaleska's grimoire, curator of King's Nine's library, maven of mirrors, and mistress of monikers.
Ooh, I like this new one. So guys, a lot of stuff has transpired, and I'm going to recap it for all of you. And for all of those of you guys who are joining us on the stream for the first time, at this point, you guys are they're in the middle of the crowdfunding campaign for Electric and Indigo, which are the new kind of instances and kind of iterations of Invisible Sun on BackerKit. So if you guys are just joining us, welcome. And if you guys got into the game because of this show or because of that campaign, we're so glad to have you. That said, let's get down to brass tacks. A lot of stuff has been going on. We're getting into the end game, folks. So before I start, though, before I can actually adequately recap, I got to put on some music. So, our Visley are journeying through the heart of Okris and Twig, or the dual-chambered heart, I should say, where they've managed to encounter a few things: an abandoned cabin inside of a mine forest, the memories of Allegra, the Spider Prince, and Twig locked inside a furtively hidden kind of pantry or cabinet. Not only that, but you guys have also encountered a few kind of spectral memories of the previous life of Twig, as well as someone else, some other, feminine figure. That being said, all of these revelations were kind of interrupted by the appearance of a manifestation of Jeren the Devourer. Jeren seems to have glommed himself into Twig's heart and is not going to be leaving without a fight, it would seem. However, he has decided to adopt a new moniker, one preferring to go by the name Jeren the Devourer. So, with you guys being pursued hotly by Jeren, you guys managed to leave the Rhine Forest right as you walked into the Gallery of Endings, and which triggered the manifestation of Twig's alter ego, Okris, who you guys have not seen for some time. And in this gallery, the gallery of endings where you found yourselves, a vast, expansive kind of art gallery, it captured each of its pieces and sculptures and paintings, captured a significant ending that had been wrought by Okris. One of which, upon the conclusion of last episode, you guys witnessed, was the ending of Kesh. The ending, or at least the attempted end of Kesh, as they were betrayed by both Twig and Okris, spirits that this powerful Goetic had summoned, right as they had killed the previous iteration of King Nine, only to be undone by his second iteration or successor. So it is with this knowledge, and after the imbibing of several memories, which has granted Kiri not only of the memories of Allegra to some degree jumbled, but also some of the insights and instincts of a weaver, a different order of magic. And the same can be said of Maurice, who has imbibed the memories of the Spider Prince, but has also had those memories jumbled with those of Allegra, and thus has some understanding now of Vancian magic. So all of these kind of revelations, all of these circumstances are in play and in motion, and we bring you guys back now to the gallery. You have just seen the moment in which it looks like King Nine was about to remake Kesh into a vessel for Okris and Twig. However, it seems that that moment has stopped, and this kind of revelation has re-triggered kind of the beginning of the art piece. So I'm going to change the music, and you guys tell me what you're doing.
I think Okris is kind of just over Jeren the Devourer's bullshit. And needs to have a quick word with someone before things get more spicy. And they reach down into this thigh holster and pull out Fortinbras. Just kind of not in a dramatic, like I'm about to shoot it kind of way, but and asks him, "Are you gonna play nice since I'm not your well, I don't know what you call your relationship, to be honest."
Oh, your hands are so rough, man. I could tell you ain't never had the comfort of a fine hand cannon in your possession. You sure you want to marshal my prowess?
Hi, Zach. I was emotionally unprepared to have to
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Hopper.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Okris is like kind of taken aback.
I don't give a fuck who you are. I began, I'm gonna end. I know that much.
I can work with that.
Well, alright then, we have an understanding.
That conversation out of the way, I think Okris is gonna look around and just fight.
Is the fight coming here?
Kiri, you, having watched kind of like the strands of the weave that have been kind of attached to Okris as they wander through the gallery, this powerful, large kind of strand like a cable drawing them to this singular ending. You know that there is another strand that seems to be kind of going deeper into the gallery.
Kiri leans like towards Maurice. Do you see that?
Reese kind of squints his eyes. It's like the after image, like the stars in your eyes.
That's the interesting thing about this is, for whatever reason, Kiri is seeing something that you have, like, very distinctly and very clearly, that you only realize that, for the weave, in order to actually perceive it, you kind of have to focus and marshal your concentration. And you do so, and you are able to see it, but you don't see any sort of kind of focus or extra effort on Kiri's part.
You see it. What do you get from it? I get no feeling.
It's hard to describe, just that it feels wrong, like this one, but connected. Is that the right word? I don't
Certainly
have...
connected to us. It's pulling you. And where you go, I'll follow.
I think it's pulling Okris, actually.
Mm-hmm. Maurice looks up at this giant mural of King Nine, kind of shivers a bit, and says, "Are we done here?"
You're the one that showed up in my house.
Well, let's get one thing straight. We're getting a heart back. For who? I'm not quite sure. But then we're going to get out of here. And I want you there when we're out.
I think Kiri points in the direction of the thread, looks at Okris. What's that way?
Zach, do I know what's that way? I mean, presumably I know what's that way since I have perfect memory and this is my mind, but still.
You do have a perfect memory, you do have a perfect recall, but you are expecting just more galleries of endings. Nothing too remarkable to you. It's remarkable to you, in point of fact, that Kiri sees anything at all in pulling you in a particular direction down here.
I think Okris looks at her and just goes, point.
Kiri points in the direction of the thread.
And I think that, yeah, if you kind of follow this series of cues, it's really kind of a more of this process. Kiri points in a direction where the kind of strand seems to lead, and Okris kind of follows suit. And as you guys move further down this gallery, there is something that you notice, Kiri, is that as you move further, the strand gets wider and thicker in parts, more of long lines of kind of like the cable that you saw connecting them to the King 9 painting. However, as it gets closer and closer, that cable was silver in nature, tinged with flecks of gold and red, and this thread is a perfect pale moonlight sheen. It's pearlescent. And when you get to the end of the strand, you find yourselves at the entrance to a side gallery that, Okris, you do not recognize. Okay, so you guys find yourselves. So Okris, you follow Kiri's instructions to the entrance of a gallery that you have not seen before. Off in the distance, within this gallery, which seems completely unlit save for one flickering lamp on the opposite wall, 40 to 50 feet away, you find yourself at the entrance, all of you. whatever that lamp is, it seems to be illuminating something, perhaps a painting, another work of some kind. What do you do?
I think Okris kind of just stops and stares kind of near the entrance.
It has that almost kind of like flickering, kind of fluorescent quality to it, the light. But when you kind of catch the flares of light at its highest point, you get a slight shimmer off that wall.
I tap the wall with like the butt of my rifle.
So you're going to move into the gallery 40 to 50 feet, and you're going to... Oh, wait, you're going to shoot it?
No. I'm assuming I was walking with everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you are at the entrance to this gallery.
The entrance.
And we just see it in the back wall.
Yeah.
Can we all... I should have specified before. Can we all see that the wall is shimmering?
Yeah. I think that there is something about the light that is catching your eye, Okris. But all of you can see that there's some work that's barely illuminated on the back wall.
Yeah, I think Okris is like kind of looks around at everybody else and just goes, that's not supposed to be there.
What is supposed to be there?
You don't think that this led anywhere before?
Nothing.
Maurice is kind of looking. Is there any writing outside this place? Any signage?
I'm gonna turn a card.
It'd be really funny if there's like a little placard on the wall that explains the piece.
Ooh. This is actually interesting. I just pulled your sovereign. The revolutionary, the sovereign of secrets, ravens, books, and flame. Change, destruction. Generally considered a positive card, the revolutionary indicates change for the better. However, less often the interpretation focuses on the destructive nature of change, or the potential negative aspects of desire and lust. This card's turn says that something important is coming to an end.
So technically that's Okris's sovereign.
Yeah.
That's Twig's sovereign.
Technically. Okay, I see. He changed everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Okris's sovereign is Notion's Cat's Clocks.
Yeah, you're mine. We're the same one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, sovereign is up. And tell me what the name of this gallery is. What would it be? I'm just going to say, what is it for you?
I don't know how to answer that. Okay, so it's a shimmering wall. It's
there is something shimmering and pearlescent, and you know that whatever is inside bodes irrevocable change. How about that?
I think this gallery is called The Passage.
Yeah, absolutely.
The T and the P are capitalized.
Okay. So.
Hey, what's the most annoying font that's not like silly, but's actively annoying?
I mean, papyrus, but
Papyrus.
No, papyrus falls under silly.
Okay. All right, the silliest font.
No,
Hey,
annoying.
click like
annoying
and comment your most annoying font down below.
Well, while you ponder this, and I show my ass as probably the worst designer ever.
You're like, hey, your immediate hate was papyrus, which I feel like is fair.
Yeah, no, but I was just like, I should have an annoying font. I guess Futura. I used to really love it, and then I started realizing, oh, Futura just works in like a very handful of small places.
I am now just thinking about Brendan Lee Mulligan's Times New Roman confronting Comic Sans.
I slew Helvetica. Yeah.
What
So
font is the placard in?
the font. What font is the placard in? You know what it is? Is it's in a kind of like a thick slab. Like no, it's like in a Gothic style. It's like
Cool.
one of those giant slab kind of almost looks like a Rorschach test. They use so much ink.
That's concerning. Yeah, I think Okris kind of looks over at Gav, as the only person they trust out of this group. And then glances at Kiri and Maurice. Do we have is Duncan with us or no?
Duncan has been. Yeah, go ahead, Bill. You can answer.
No, Duncan's not here.
I don't know anything about this. I wasn't involved. You can't prove anything. Yeah. I think Okris steps forward.
Okay. You step into the darkened gallery. How far forward do you move?
I think in the nature of my character, Okris is unstoppable force. Like there is a sense of resoluteness, like they're not gonna chase, but they're just gonna keep walking. And woe is you if you run out of energy.
You're an
to
endurance
flee.
hunter.
Yeah.
So you.
Can I use a Forte ability
What's
as
that?
I follow Okris in here?
Absolutely.
I'd like to call object from metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
I think of an object, or I think of a metaphor that pertains to the situation at hand. It also refers to an object or substance. And I'm going to light up this gallery with a beacon of hope.
Okay. I will say add +2 to this for the Sovereign. Go ahead and I'm gonna say, yeah, give me. This is going to be difficult.
So I'm the darkness is fighting back, is what you're saying?
Yes,
Aha!
Can I assist?
absolutely.
I would like to propose, so I have one spell that I always get as a special spell, and it doesn't take up space in my mind. It's Chesnor's Glass Skin, which is where my whole body gets covered in mirrors. Not inviting anything bad there, but I would, in this case, like to do that and use my body as a refraction point for the Beacon of Hope to amplify it.
Kiri, mistress of disco balls, suddenly Chesnor's glass skin manifests, and I will say for this you will start with +2 from your Sovereign. What's the level of Chesnor's glass skin?
Great question. I think it is. Let me look at my book.
Is it 2 or 3? I think
it's.
Yeah.
Don't mind me consulting spellbook.
Let's start with 3 while you look that up. Let's assume that you start with 5, Maurice. We will correct it if you look up the correct number. But let's say you start with 5, plus whatever the level of this ability is.
The ability is 4 plus 5, so I'm rolling 2 dice to do what?
You start with 9, it sounds like. So you're going to want
9 plus I'm rolling?
Yeah, you're going to plus whatever you're rolling, you're going to want to beat a 12 twice.
3 is the level.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So you start
Okay.
with 9. Let's see how you do.
And what can I add from this? I guess I could sortilege
Yeah, you could either
to
sortilege.
get another die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then it costs the 4, because that's what this ability costs. Okay. Do I want to do anything else?
Excellent.
Here it rolls.
All right.
Wow. So we have 13 and 14.
Amazing.
But we also have on the magical die a 0.
Ooh.
Ooh,
A flux of 3 dice, which is supposed to be bad.
So here's the thing: is it's what happens is flux gets incrementally bad. I think for each flux. So if you had rolled 3 zeros,
okay,
yeah. But however, I will say this might actually end up in your favor. As you light the darkness of this, you and I'm assuming everybody has stepped in now.
Yes.
Okay. So you illuminate the entire gallery, and the light refracts off of Kiri's form. It illuminates everything, and you see that there is a series of paintings on the opposite wall, and a series of graffiti that seems to cover every bit of negative space around these paintings. Just utter ravings and madness. But you see as you have kind of refract this light, it begins burning some of this darkened kind of almost blood-like writing away, as you realize that the paintings on the opposite side of the wall are depictions of Jeren. And when you take a look at the depictions, each you'll note on one of these placards, if you were able to read it in all of this light, as you kind of illuminate this. And by the way, like, Maurice, tell me, what does this look like as the beacon of hope flares?
This is a very old-timey lantern, squeaky on the hinges from the handle. Looks very 19th century lighthouse.
Absolutely. And as the light passes over, starts burning away this kind of demented graffiti, you see a series of gouache paintings, each inlaid with varying degrees of silver leaf. The very first painting that you see, Okris, is how you knew Jeren during the war as a lieutenant, as someone who had a knowing kind of glimmer in his eye, as though he knew something that you didn't, but looked otherwise the picture perfect, dutiful soldier. And then from there, you see him as a scheming, kind of almost wispy, maniacal looking ghost. And then you see pieces of him that have been devoured and pulled off in a completely broken form that no less looks that much more powerful. And each painting inlays more and more silver leaf until in the center of this opposite gallery, you see the form of the Devourer. And it is a vast painting, at least dwarfing all the others three by 3 to 4 times, almost in the manner of Saturn devouring his children, or Kronos devouring his children. You see this massive, almost hulking figure ingesting what looks to be a form with a crumpled set of hour clock hands on a discarded piece of bloodied armor, evidently targeted at you, Okris. However, I played a card with the play of that ability and of Tresnor's Glasskin. I need to turn another one, but this is the Forbidden Game, which depicts the Spider's Game.
Okay, can I say something, because it's going to live rent-free in my head and completely destroy my ability to take anything seriously? Maurice used the power of his light, the hope light, to fucking banish the darkness in this gallery. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You're telling me the Spider-Man turned off the dark?
Jesus fuck.
And this is why we cannot.
My internet's breaking again.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
I'm sorry. I thought it, and then it's just been like
This is
every single the single brain cell that's in my head. It's just been rattling around, and I was like, I have to say it.
I'm so mad right now.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have
share the ugliness.
This is why we can't have anything nice.
It's me. Hi, it's me. I'm why we can't have nice things.
It's infuriating.
So, the Forbidden Game.
Thank you.
Forbidden game is
Sorry.
puns.
There is a threat here, but it is one that can be overcome with cleverness and strategy. This cleverness needs to take into account the balance of all involved factors, which can be daunting, as sometimes these factors are difficult to see. A leader uses elaborate plans to get what they want. A military leader develops intricate strategies as they prepare their soldiers. People are engaged in some kind of game or sport. Weavers playing the spider's game become important to matters at hand. The game isn't life like life. It's better. It's more realistic. So,
It's so funny that you should say that this is going to take like cleverness and guile and all of that, and that's magnificent. I'm going to shoot the face of Jeren the second the light kind of illuminates it, because I've had enough of this dude.
yeah.
I think as
yeah.
you do that, Kiri's like, no, it's a puzzle.
So here's the thing is, and I've turned a third card, which in this case is the Forgotten Prisoner, the apprentice of mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone, injustice, bad fortune, memory loss, something lost. Is there really such a thing as justice?
And the apprentice card does what?
I believe, does that, I think that
I think
brings,
apprentice just says pull again.
yeah, pull again.
Oh, that's right.
They locked him away and forgot about him until
No, sorry. Apprentice is -1. Adept is play again.
Yeah. So the apprentice is -1 to this action. I'm gonna say, Gav, go ahead and roll an attack here. And you're just gonna have -1 on this action.
Yeah, it's fine. You can -1 me all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say that as the light flares, burning away the graffiti, it's beginning to, you realize, incinerate the paintings. This was such a clever treatment of this, and such a great bit of teamwork, that basically I'm kind of dispelling this challenge, but not before Gav, you fire at this painting and give this the coup de grace.
Would we classify this as breaking an object?
Oh, absolutely.
Phenomenal stuff. Thank you. All right. What's my target?
This is going to be 13.
All right. What would you say? Do you think my accuracy as something I could pump into this would bump it up, or would it be physicality or perception?
Absolutely. So what you
Accuracy.
now, here's the thing: because this is a static painting, you are going to hit it. But what you are trying to do is, if you are aiming at a specific part of
Yes.
the painting, that is what's making it difficult.
Okay.
What are you aiming
and that's
for?
exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Righty then. So I'm rolling just for the attack here, because my damage is kind of static with what I'm using.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's a 14.
Okay.
It's a 9.
What are you?
I've had it.
What are you aiming for in this painting?
The head, the face.
The face? Like, I think
Yeah.
you see this one baleful kind of gleaming silver eye out of the darkness of this devouring maw, and you just see it, as you fire the bullet, it begins incinerating the painting from the inside of the frame out. And you watch as you hear a kind of a baleful scream of anguish.
Puzzle master.
As something is affected in this world, and as all of you turn to face to leave, you realize that there was one final piece of this kind of exhibit, which was a massive devouring maw of a silver-toothed beast that is already in the process of being incinerated and burned away. You feel kind of like a quick double palpitation in your heartless chest, Okris, as something gives way.
Like, is this like structural damage? Is this what? Is insurance going to cover this?
Imagine like pulling away a stricture or pulling away something that was binding you uncomfortably. And you feel it just rip away.
Oh, so like good.
Yes.
Oh. Chris doesn't let on it that anything good has happened at all.
Excellent.
Mood. So mood.
Mood. Hashtag mood. Yeah. And as you guys leave this gallery behind, you see, actually, I will say before you leave the gallery, where you shot the painting, Gav, you see something fall to the ground of this gallery.
Am I near enough that I can go over and pick it up?
Absolutely. If you want to close the distance, pick it up.
I shall do so if I saw it fall.
What is it?
I'm going to find out.
As you pick up this, what looks to be an inlaid, almost like a glass eye, except it's completely silvered and covered in silver, you see that there's a little swirl of darkness in it. And you have picked up an ephemera item.
Ooh.
Called So Dark My Eyes. This is a level 7 ephemera. It adds 1 die. Your eyes flash with liquid darkness, and gouts of ebony power stream from them, striking up to 3 nearby targets you choose. Victims take 4 points of damage and lose their next action.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that actually reminds me. How much damage did you do again?
I usually do... Oh, hang on. 6 damage.
Okay. I'm going to turn a card.
I can juice that if I choose to make it more magical, but I didn't.
You might not want to juice that. Let's see.
It's too late. Sorry, Dan.
The enticing jewel, greed, money, beauty, goals, success. The light at the end of the tunnel, the brass ring, the center of the target. The object of our desire lies before us in the form of the enticing jewel. We want it. The most important thing I'm looking for is the number. All of you take 2 points of damage as you feel the effect of the collateral effect of Gav's rifle affect you as it fires, and kind of almost as though a backfiring weapon. Each of you take 2 points of physical damage. You may spend 1 physicality to negate this. But
yes, I will do that.
Yeah. You realize as you have fired this weapon, and you have been so close to all of your friends as you fire it, Demagon's requirement, sacrifice of you, where what you do will cause collateral damage, flares accordingly.
Did I have that one, or was that attached to somebody else? Because I have, if I use my blood as power.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Completely negate whatever I said. You're fine.
Unless I'm forgetting that there was a joint thing, which is entirely...
You are completely right. It is when you use blood as power. However, you get the sense that there was something that was looking for entry that didn't find purchase in this moment. I've kind of told on myself, so...
Ironically enough, if I had juiced it, it would have been with blood as power.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, damn. Well, you did say that you wanted to do that.
I did not desire to juice it in the first place, so we're good.
Totally fair. Okay. And of course, I accidentally closed the Path of Sun, so I'm going to put that back up.
No!
And I'm going to draw 4 cards. And they're...
Holy shit.
Or...
Oh, because that's how many I drew before.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah. So we'll just count those as the ones that I drew before. Okay. So, as you see this maw kind of fading away and you have this silvered glass eye in your possession, you get the sense that that cloying darkness has been burned away by all of your joint effort. It is at this point, with the light suffusing this entire gallery exhibit, you realize it is now just a blank room.
Great.
I think it's an improvement.
So what remains of any of the silver stuff that we saw?
Mostly burnt flakes.
Okay.
Like, just honestly, like the way you see ashes kind of rain from after a fire, it's like that. But they're like flakes of blackened metal.
I would like to... There's nothing else in this room.
Nothing.
Okay, but there is these flakes of burned, like carbonized silver.
Yeah.
Okris is going to use a forte ability. I think Okris kind of steps forward into the center of the room, and there is an unsettling sensation as the air doesn't shimmer. The air seems to writhe.
Ooh.
As they are going to use where are we? Our forte ability.
Is this Armor
Leech.
of Reality? Oh, no, Leech.
This is Leech Reality.
Okay.
And can I use this to destroy the debris?
Oh,
To
absolutely.
try to expunge this?
I'm gonna give you this for free. There is nothing usable out of this. The telltale sign you have always found when Jeren is still viable or his essence is still around is that silver color. You realize that with all of that silver, however unlikely completely carbonized, there's nothing to be gained from here. It is, for all intents and purposes, like inert matter. I won't make you spend your sorcery for that.
Okay. I think the air writhes, and then Okris just kind of reaches down and runs one of their hands through this dust, like just kind of feels it between, like kind of rubs it between forefinger and thumb.
Those flakes just crumble between your fingers.
Reese holds up the lantern. That wasn't the ending, was it?
Oh.
What to next?
I think Okris's gaze swivels, and like there is something very distinct about the way they move in this body, and the way Twig moves in this body. And the way they move is much more... Twig moves in kind of like this very fluid, almost like feral way, and Okris moves with like precision of movement and conservation of energy, and every move is smooth, quick, and usually the single most efficient way to get to where the space they're trying to occupy. And their head swivels and their eyes settle on Kiri.
Kiri sort of stares back.
What do you see?
Kiri, that strand that was connecting them to the gallery has completely eroded and disappeared. However, there are many strands, tiny, thin filaments that still kind of connect everything here, but all a variety of colors, nothing like that pale moonlight that you saw. Although there are these very thin gossamer strands of a similar kind of quality, but they seem to be kind of all almost kind of separate, but still leading to the same place. Yeah, that's what you get.
Well, the most obvious pathway through this, if you want mind palace or your mind, whichever it is gone.
Your mic cut out there just a little bit.
Better?
Yeah, the most obvious pathway, and then it cut out.
Oh. The most obvious pathway is gone. However, it seems there's more binding this place together than would initially meet the eye. I think she looks at Maurice. Maurice, what do colors have to do with the weave?
There's the colors of the currents of magic, but the weave I've only felt. I mean, do you feel colors?
I see colors, but I don't know what they mean.
What
Particularly
colors
in
do you see?
all sorts of colors. This one was pale, like almost a moonlight, which I suppose makes sense for Jeren, silver and everything. Do you think it's that? Is it about what the ending is bound to, who it's bound to, that determines the color?
Jeren is a creature whose ending has escaped him. Or rather, someone who's met an ending many times and keeps coming back. Maurice looks back at Okris. How do you handle such a creature? Someone that escapes the ending that you give them?
I merely facilitate.
Well, maybe I should write one. A final ending for Jeren. Maybe we write it together.
Ooh. That actually feels like something that feels like something that Okris can actually, like, I don't want to say grok, but like actually gets through the barrier.
Absolutely.
How literally do you mean that?
Extremely.
All right, then. Let's get to work.
It's at this moment you reflexively realize that what you said, let's get to work, is exactly what King 9 said about embodying yourself in Kesh.
I didn't even do that on purpose. Oh, I hate that. Oh, Zach, you're such a good storyteller. Ew. Hey, I hate that so much. No. God.
Those thin gossamer strands still lead someplace, Kiri.
I think Kiri's going to sort of like put her hands on her hips. Well, if no one else has a better idea, there's some strange strands in that direction. They're not that different than the others, but they have a kind of strange texture to them.
Maurice gestures that direction and says, "So is that way the exit? How do we get out of here?"
Ask this one, it's their mind.
As you kind of point in that general direction, you realize that that is along the path to get out of the museum.
I say we follow it.
Yeah,
First,
Maurice.
I just shoot somebody again.
Then you should be in front.
Very well. Maybe I'll spare you from having to write a whole novel ending.
The exit is through the gift shop.
Excellent.
Follow the gossamer threads to the gift shop.
Absolutely.
Even in our minds, we can't escape the horrors of capitalism.
It's true. Let me, as you make your way, I will say that essentially, now you guys remember you did kind of exit the gift shop originally, or through the gift shop to come from the mine forest. Instead, what you're kind of doing, however, is you're going adjacent, not too far away from that, as in the style of all museums. The main entrance is very, very much not far. And with that in mind, you realize that exiting through the gift shop would have led you back to your previous position. But you know that beyond the entry doors and past what was that gigantic falling tower that was the church of the unknowable angel in Upper Taverswood, frozen in time, one of the greatest, most unjust endings that you had witnessed, Okris. Past that is the main entrance. And you know for a fact that what is out there is more of yourself.
Oh, no. That's probably bad for us, isn't it?
Depends on who you ask.
No, it's bad for everybody else, probably. Yeah, I think Okris leads, like, Okris and Gav moving forward, clearing each room quickly, I suspect. Make their way to the front door.
Okay. By the way, I'm getting a little bit of white noise.
I was about to say, quick thing for you to cut later. There's some fan or something.
I think it's
Yeah.
you.
It's gone now.
No, it's not me. I was muted.
No, I meant Zach.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna
What if we all point fingers at each other and then this devolves into a...
Who's on first?
So I think the interference is gone. I'll cut that later. But the other thing I will say is outside the doors of this entrance is a ruined street. Very much for all of you that are native to Satyrine, that have spent time there, you recognize almost all of this as something out of the ruined expanse of the city. The place where cyst spawn and hate cyst perpetuate or scare off enough of the old residents that they stay very far and clear away from this place. However, none of you are familiar with the location of whatever neighborhood this was until Okris, you have a moment as you recognize some of the wreckage from your time in the war. And you realize that you are all in the ruins of Upper Taverswood.
You can't hear me growling, but that's... There's just like a...
I think at this point, like, Okris, this is really kind of... There are a few landmarks that I will describe. But what does this scene look like? What is this city? What is left of these streets in this neighborhood?
Next to nothing. Even the streets have buckled and shattered areas of cobble or brick that have been passed asunder to the point where you can kind of vaguely make out where there might have been buildings once, but where the streets and the buildings are so broken that it takes a small amount of effort to even figure that out.
And as you all kind of look around you, your attention moves from this bare expanse of ruined city and travels upwards to the sky, which is a strange melded mix of red and pale green. And that's when you see, all of you, the sky pulse as if in a rhythm. As you see the walls of the Dual Hearts Atria.
Was I aware that Upper Taverswood is what surrounds my museum brain thing?
I'm gonna say, well, let me ask you this: how much of do you think that Upper Taverswood factors into Okris's thoughts and the events of the war?
I think it's the most recent, but fundamentally, like, this war is kind of not just another Tuesday. But when you've been around as long as Okris and Twig have, and Okris's memory is unbroken, and you've seen as many half worlds and potential realities and side spaces, and you've destroyed them. The weight of destruction of a single city, even one that is fresh, does not quite weigh as heavily as one might think.
In that case, kind of like the modification here that I will say is the debris of so many different half-worlds litters throughout the sky like constellations and satellites in the near orbit around you. Break me off a piece here. Like, what is something that you see that actually gladdens Okris's heart as they see the ending of it and its significance pass by?
There was a half-worlds that I think there was a certain vindictive joy in destroying. The nature of it was abhorrent, and we see a section of a tower that seems to be formed out of shimmering blue crystal that is mostly shattered but still largely retains its structural form, kind of slowly rotating as it orbits past in the sky.
This has been a strange place, and all of you live in a particularly strange place. This thing is littered with the ghosts of things that barely existed and yet have some purchase in this half reality. Itself its own kind of abstraction of Okris's mental state. And as your kind of gazes all tear themselves away from the pulsing sky and the orbiting ruins, there are several things that you all see, which is somewhere a little bit down the road from where you find yourselves outside the Gallery of Endings, where you see a what looks to be a massive dome-like structure, almost like a greenhouse or some sort of geodesic dome, which on one half looks as though it is falling apart and collapsing, and on the other side seems completely festooned with viral kind of ivy-like growth. Beyond it, you can see just making out the peak of a radio tower. Finally, as you take these two major sites in, who is the first of you that sees flickering to life the neon sign of zeros?
Might be me. My perception, like, just in terms of like what kind of bene I have, is pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
We want to use that as a baseline.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gabrielle, you see that flickering kind of neon pink catch the corner of your eye, and then you see the light where usually it's kind of consistent after it's flickered on. It just starts flickering and dying in places to the point where it's just Zur.
How far away is this?
This is all down the ruined street. I'd say probably within a couple hundred feet of Zeros, but beyond that to that kind of like large, greenhouse type structure, that dome, is probably like, imagine like maybe a quarter to a half a mile.
I think Gav nudges Ogris and just gestures with her head in the direction of the flickering zeros. Hey, look.
That shouldn't be here.
How likely is it the zeros can appear in your own head? It can go anywhere, right?
But this takes the cake. I mean, is this like Okris's perception or memory of zeros? I don't even know
Well, there's one
how
way
to
to find
approach
out.
this. That's true. And once again, I'm going to ask that you go first.
All right. And yeah, I think we'll just start a marching order down to zeros.
Okay.
Or Okris's best approximation of zeros.
Excellent. So, all of you start marching on your way to Zeros. As you are taking in the scenes here, Okris, what does the rest of this kind of like this quick jaunt look like? What kind of strikes everybody as they walk past?
I think there is a sense of this is a patchwork, whereas the museum is a curated selection of memories and kind of maybe moments that have been either honored or honored in the fact that they existed. This is a less curated format. There are items that you've never seen, the skeletons of creatures that defy comprehension, bits of material that you couldn't even identify. In several spaces there's strange what appears to be light warping, almost as if there is something that should be there that isn't there but is still present here, as if something is trying to something that wasn't is trying to be recalled.
Excellent. You make it to the front door of Zeros. The door is ajar, practically off its hinge, as you step through. And what greets you is a sight that you're not necessarily typically going to associate with Zeros. Let me find one last thing. Here we go. Let's see. So, in kind of a low-key music, kind of a jazzy kind of trumpet plays in the background, almost kind of warped and distorted in parts with kind of a hissing static sound interspersing, but not so much so that it becomes just jarring to hear. It just feels like an old beaten up record is playing in the background of this. And you see a scene that Okris, all of you probably have, those of you who witnessed the war report probably recognize. You see a number of figures all seated at tables, talking animatedly, speaking with one another, people touching shoulders in celebration or having serious contemplative discussions. All of them, and many of these members recognize people are members of the Saturninian army. Each of you also, however, that being said, the most kind of striking thing about this moment, this scene, is it is exactly that. It is a moment. a frozen moment in time of all of these soldiers sharing kind of camaraderie, sorrow, triumph together. They are all frozen. And I'm going to ask for each of you, who do you recognize sitting at the tables at Zeros? Let's start with you, Gabrielle.
Oh, good. Yay, me. Marcy, who totally remembers everybody's name.
You can make it real obvious. You can make it, or you can pick out somebody of the Cataract, for instance.
So yeah, I think that is sort of my question to you, Zach. Is it just foot soldiers here? Who all is here?
I think I will say like, I will go ahead and let me see. I will say that working behind the bar is, you can see Roz, who seems to be kind of semi-frozen, but they look different. Almost kind of in a abstract, kind of almost like some form of ink blob. And I think, Okris, actually kind of describe for me, how do they picture Zeros or Roz when they see them?
Oh, Okris, it's metaphysically complicated, but Okris was forged from a demon.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's very true. You just see what looks like a mortal manifestation on one side, as though like matching your perception, Gabrielle, and then coming off of in almost like waves of heat, like a heat mirage vibrating off of this figure's body, is almost like this kind of almost magma-like glow, as an arched eye kind of looks forward, and a molten hand just very kind of slowly, as if in slow motion, even unable to be stopped in this moment within a concept of their own bar. You see Roz polishing a glass. What does Mott look like, Okris?
Ooh, what does Mott look like? Oh no. The Nightmare Boy?
Mm-hmm.
What did... I guess this is a question for Marcy. What did Mott look like when he was happy, before everything happened?
You never knew him until the war.
Mm-hmm.
So you only ever saw his like night side version.
Yeah, but what did it? Yes, but also Okris sees things a little bit differently than most people. What's the man underneath?
Can I note but you here? Is that okay?
Sure.
I don't think with like the rules of how everything works, and Zach, you can cut this if you need to, you would be able to not see, you can't see a human, if that's what you're looking for.
I'm not really interested in the humanity of it. I'm interested in the person underneath.
I will say this.
Okay.
My intention here is maybe, take what is the objective truth of these figures that you guys are associated with or have seen before, and what is Okris's perception of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So specifically, Okris is unbearably old. Like, Okris and Twig are both, like, they've been through some time fuckery. They've been around a very, very, very long time, and they're not really people. But they can see patterns, and I think they do understand people. And I think their perception of Mott would not be nearly as influenced by the concept of nightmares, because they're not really. They don't quite get nightmares. So
Yes,
does that make sense? Like
it does. It's possibly a little too abstract for me to fully
yeah,
visualize
that's totally
what you're
fair.
trying to do. Like I understand it from a metaphorical and like wordplay, but I don't know how to describe that as a person. Outside of the mask can look, it's a theater mask. It can look however you want it to look. It can take the shape whatever you want it to take, sort of the expression.
Okris is uninterested in wanting anything, so I think that
no,
we just
Hopper.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. But what I'm saying is that if Okris is perceiving this, then it's just a mask. There is nothing else there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there is both something more than we had seen in the flashbacks. Like we had seen like this kind of cloaked in nightmares. There's both something more because we're seeing something that's underneath and also less. We're seeing stripped away of additional. It's like somebody removed a layer of a video game. Like you removed the CGI layer that was all of this stuff, and Okris is
You remove the textures.
Yeah, Okris is a little bit like kind of face blind in the sense of like interacting with people in that way or interacting with the world in that way.
I'm going to put this in terms of Invisible Sun lore. It is like the opposite of a lacunae. A lacunae, you literally see a doorway to somewhere through the silhouette of a person. But what instead you do, Okris, is beyond, like underneath the nightmare, you just see the silhouette. It doesn't lead any place. It's just transparent, as though
that's good.
So much of it is the nightmare.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, is like what is underneath that layer. Yeah, the Okris is unfazed by a lot of things because a lot of things don't matter to them.
Okay. Maurice, who of your cohort does Okris see at a table?
I think there is one of the makers that worked under Jeren. This one I don't know if we've explored in the war report, but this guy is more round than not. Grease kind of covering most of his hands and kind of splotching on his face, and has the welder's goggles up on his forehead, and he's in the middle of the biggest belly laugh in the world.
Kiri, who does Okris see from your cohort?
I have a question to ask before I name this.
Mm-hmm.
Hopper, remind me, does Okris have the same memories as Twig? Like, do they both share like the same access to the same internal experience? So if it's something Okris didn't directly experience themselves, they have no concept or memory of it.
Okris did see the war report, but outside of that, they have their own. So same body can be aware. So there are things that they can see that they like kind of their perception of it is going to be different than that of Twig's.
Okay. I asked this for so I'll ask with the specific because I think that will help. And I actually don't know if Twig even remembers this. Audience versus Twig knowledge versus Okris knowledge. In the very first episode, when Twig gets shot, is Okris aware of that?
No.
Okay.
Because
Okris has
Okris
no
was
idea
dormant.
Okay.
Okris was
that's
dormant.
Exclusively a Twig point of reference.
That might be the only, like one of the only. So basically, the first section from our very first episode up until the war report is blank. That is the area of period of time where Okris doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. That's very helpful. In which case, I think what Okris sees of Kiri's cohort, because Kiri did something maybe kind of cursed, and I don't know what the ramifications of this are, but guess what? We'll find out.
What did you do?
Kiri still holding a bunch of items inside weird liminal heart mind space, and several of them contain souls. So I think what might be interesting here, and in particular I think who Okris would recognize, would be Ardeno. And I think what Okris sees is an Ardeno who is both early and late, who is split in half. His left side looking exactly as he was in the war report, boyish, about to be married, looking forward to the rest of his life. And the other right side half of him is flickering like a fluorescent light that's maybe going out, maybe isn't, but it's like very surrealist, like think Dali, like it's starting to kind of come apart and sag, and like there's something not
For
quite
proper knowledge, remind me what happened with Ardeno specifically.
So, I can actually intercede here. Ardeno, you guys rescued from the pain engine, which was one thing. That happened during the war report. He proposed to Arwen, who was another Vancian soldier, and is also Kiri's mentor or advisor, I should say, on the Vancian campus, who is completely made of books.
Okay.
the thing that happened, which Okris wouldn't know, I think. I'm trying to remember. I don't think Okris was active for that. I think it was Twig. Then when Kiri took Ardeno's soul into the Wicked Key.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
that was pretty raw report for sure.
Yeah, Kiri, you took that from Ardeno as he kind of took it out of his chest to give it to you, because he had kept it in a hollow book.
I think that was. It actually might have been after the war report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if Okris was around. Regardless, I think it's just, this is not because Okris can see this or remembers it. I think this is because Kiri took an object containing a soul into a mind space.
And
I love this stupid, weird, fucked up, abstract game. Like, is it sometimes a pain in the ass to play? Yes. Do I ever get to we wax poetic about bullshit for like 15 minutes now, and it was great.
Well, I will say there's a couple things, which is whatever your perception of Ardeno was, stands in stark contrast to the fact that not only does he have this kind of half cast to him that is not your knowledge, but it seems to be resisting your perception. You realize that there is something that is connecting you on your person, Kiri. You see a strand of magic connected very strongly to Ardeno. And it's a strand that's connected from you, and more specifically from the snowflake that you have kept on your person, as though whatever you have done in this limited liminal space is kind of giving it like a half animation. Before we kind of like let you loose here, I will say that what does our jolly maker friend look like, according to Okris's perception?
Wait, whomst?
Exactly.
Okay, all right. In that case, as you take this flickering figure in, Kiri, you just see him slightly that half cast kind of turn.
Was I supposed to be describing Kira?
Oh wait,
I wasn't.
No, you weren't.
talking
No.
I literally introduced an NPC.
Yeah. Well, that's
Some
I don't know
fucking
who-
maker. We there's a bar. There's zeros. There's a bunch of soldiers. Here's one of them.
yeah. Well, that was my
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was like,
Just
who am
a
I
dude.
describing?
Just a dude.
Yeah, just a dude.
Well,
Just some guy. I think he's wearing a T-shirt that said, "I fought in the Saturnine War, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt."
All I
think-
got was staying in Upper Taberswood forever.
I think my intention there was like, does what was that? Does Okris perceive the also rans any differently there? That was my mistake. My apologies.
Yeah, I don't know enough to really comment, to be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I have like a vague idea of who they are. Yeah. I think there is like a sense of like, all of you can probably tell, or like if you know this person, you can tell who they are. But Okris's perception of people is a little bit disjointed. It's like if you took all the sliding scales of who a person is, and just like all of the sliding scales, everything about them, the way they move, how they look, what they do, what they want, what they see, what they smell like, everything is just slightly disorganized to most people's understanding of what the world is. Okris perceives reality in a slightly different way because they're less human than the other three have assembled here.
Yeah.
They're not really human at all.
And as you kind of ponder this, you see Ardeno's flickering head almost kind of move off of the static figure, almost like a mannequin, like a projection on a mannequin, and looks directly at you, Kiri. But not until, and just after that, you just hear a disembodied, kind of very deep, resonant voice echo from out of Roz and say,
So, what'll it be?
and that is where we're going to take our break. So guys, stick with us. We're going to get a little bit more deeper into the paint here at Zeros inside of a Mind Heart. So stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody, to The Hole in the World, an actual play set in the world of The Invisible Sun by Monte Cook Games. When last we left our fine Vizsla, they were in the middle of a weird mental version of Zeros? Question mark? In the middle of the dual-chambered heart that belongs to Okris and Twig. So, you guys have not only kind of seen some of your old compatriots frozen in a sort of representation of a happy moment during the war, a very scant, very rare happy moment, but all of them seem frozen in time, just as all of you look to see not only a kind of projected image of Ardeno superseding this memory version of Ardeno looking at you. You also heard Roz, the bartender behind Zeros, say in a fairly disembodied demonic voice,
"What'll it be?"
So, on that note, we are going to return. And what do you do?
Is Roz moving?
Polishing a glass, looking
Feel like-
expectantly.
So so Roz is unfrozen.
Roz is what?
Has unfrozen.
Roz, I will
Was
say,
moving in slow motion earlier. Is moving at full speed now.
is still moving in slow motion. But asked the question very pointedly. Their eyes flicked to look expectantly at you.
So what'll it be?
Okris is just gonna kind of look at the other three. I'll take the regular.
And you just see a kind of like, almost as if kind of like illuminated behind them, you see just kind of like a blackboard half falling apart with a list of drinks. But as you say the regular, their hands move almost kind of like simultaneously slow motion, but there's an after image that moves at a regular speed. And you just see them push forward a beverage that says,
Hell or high water. Either way, you make the wrong choice.
And Okris will kind of take the few steps over to the bar, pick it up, slam it.
you do that. Where is everybody's else attention in this moment?
Well, Gap's watching this interaction for sure.
Absolutely. What about you, Maurice?
Still looking at everyone else in this scene.
Okay. And
Is anyone else cracking into full motion?
it's funny you say that, because as you are kind of watching, you see a lot of the smiling faces slowly begin to grim and darken into grimaces. And you see a kind of tinge of silver moving up the neck of your maker buddy, who is in the middle of a belly laugh, who suddenly his expression changes as though to be in absolute agony. Kiri, where's your attention in this moment?
Yeah, I think she's really focused on Ardeno and sort of this thread connecting. I think she's like sort of fingering the snowflake key and almost like experimentally like plucks that thread as though it were a string.
As you kind of pluck that, you hear a voice in your mind. And let me kind of update. So, as you kind of pluck that strand, you hear the last thing that Ardeno said to you before he handed you this, which was essentially, you tell me right now this instant, Kiriel von Hollingsworth. What do you mean? I don't remember. And as you kind of like hear that moment trapped in your mind, you see that other version of Ardeno, the young one, he also grimaces, and you see again, like almost like as though kind of pushed through arteries, like this discoloration underneath his skin. All of you watch as suddenly everybody at the table rises and begins attacking each other violently. Just brutally. In fact, I'm gonna actually have to turn this pretty nasty. Yeah.
We're gonna get nasty for a sec.
Of course. So you see all of these people rise up and begin striking each other, biting, tearing into each other, attacking one another, as though like gouging and doing every vicious, dirty trick as though they are not just fighting in a bar fight, like trying to exercise whatever kind of aggression they may have. They are trying to fight for survival. And you see just a massive amount of kind of brutal tactics being employed. At which point I need everybody in the bar to make a dodge roll if you are trying to move outside of this kind of like conflict.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Okay. So you're just gonna tank this.
Okris is gonna activate Forte ability.
Okay. What is that Forte ability?
So I think I'm probably just gonna go with the end is near.
Okay.
And we are going to slam dunk I think 6 physicality into this.
Okay. Now describe for everybody what that does, what that looks
So
like.
this is going to be a level 8 ability. And something's about to end.
Mm-hmm.
And that conviction armors me.
Excellent.
And protects me from harm.
Okay.
As an action, I manifest magical armor around me that injures foes in close range. I gain +1 armor, and enemies within near range of me take 1 damage per round. For every 2 sorcery I spend to increase the level of this ability, the armor, damage, and range of depletion increases by 1.
Okay.
So I have increased it to its maximum of 4.
Excellent. Okay, so you now have 4 armor on as these kind of blows begin raining down around you. I will say, anybody who is rolling to dodge out of the way or to avoid harm, you are going to need to hit an 11 twice on your dice, plus your venture. So how are you guys doing that in this moment?
Fail.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to spend a sortilege just to get an extra dice to dodge, so I'm just going to... I'm not sure how much Gav is actually dodging versus just sort of... Zach is getting fancy over there. As sort of nudging people away, like slapping people away from her as she's leaning up against the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I will say, I'm going to say in that case, you are still, like, I think it's going to be a withstand roll then. This is just to determine whether or not you, how much harm you would take in this process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still not going to spend the extra sortilege. You can't get me that easy.
Totally fair.
Oh, okay. Bad. I put the physicality into that. It will be 10.
Okay. You are going to still take 3 points of physical damage. Again, you can spend a physicality to negate this damage.
Yeah, why not? I'll shoot 2 physicality.
Kiri, what are you doing in this moment?
Yeah, I was going to use a Forte ability. Although a key question, are these things, projections, whatever they are, people?
Well, I will say they feel like people as you're kind of like moving around them. But you see that whatever is kind of like, they seem like reflections or perhaps like maybe like aspects of these people that have been kind of, in fact, in point of fact, for a more precise answer, give me a magical lore roll.
Ooh, I can do that.
Oh.
Magical lore.
Yeah.
How much damage does Maurice take?
That is going to be 3 points. So you're basically...
I'll spend the physicality.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 8.
8. Okay. So in that case, with an 8, the thing that you get the idea is that whatever these are, they seem like they're aspects of memory, in the same way that like the gallery paintings were aspects of memory. But it seems like they have been animated by some sort of corrupting force. The thing that you see traveling through their veins seems to kind of suffuse all of their circulatory system. Like you start seeing what should be bloodshot eyes are tinged with silver rather than blood, with the red of blood.
Okay, so mechanically, something that affects all close people, would that impact these things as far as Kiri can tell?
You can give it a shot. I will say that with Chesnor's glass skin up, you do already have how much armor?
Go to my spells that are active tab. Oh, that's already up. Many tabs. Okay, Chesnor's glass skin. Is +1 defense against magic, total immunity to unwanted minor magic and minor flux effects. Any mundane damage I suffer is increased by 1.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to say with minor magic effects, you're only going to take 1 point of damage from this. And I think it just kind of catches you surprise as you kind of are listening into this thought that has kind of come, you realize, not necessarily from this projection, but is actually coming from the wicked key that Ardeno gave you. That said, all of you guys see this like kind of like animate into just reckless fast motion, and then almost as though sped up and fast forwarded, you see everybody kind of get to the point where they've done enough violence to each other that all of them collapse onto the floor of the bar while Roz continues cleaning glasses. And then you see all of them in super speed motion get up, sit back at the tables, and resume exactly where they were in their frozen moment of joy. And
I'll have that.
After 2 moments of kind of like after everything has been reset, you just hear Roz say,
So what'll it be?
and you said, I'll have that.
Yeah.
They slide forward a beverage that seems to have a kind of a silver tinge to it.
Gav picks it up, kind of is still leaning against the bar, rifle like kind of on the ground, and she's half leaning on the bar, half holding and leaning on the rifle with the other hand. So, Chris, what are the odds that we're drinking like some of your blood here? The bar's in your body.
I don't have blood.
Whatever the equivalent is. Ichor.
It's ink.
Significantly less gross than I thought it was going to be. And then she downs it.
Ooh, okay.
Woo!
You...
Pure meth!
Yeah. So, I'm going to resolve this in just a moment. But what is everybody else doing in this? Can you
remind me how armor works?
It 1-for-1 negates damage.
1-for-1 negation?
Yeah.
I think Maurice uses his new aggregate that he got from Allegra's memories.
Okay.
The tower.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular flavor of the tower, the quality of protection, and the other aggregate, heart for health. Armor that looks exactly like Kiri's diamond form encases the other 3
Interesting.
in the party.
Super cool. Okay.
So this is a level 5 ability, 2 points of armor. I can increase the duration by pumping it up, and I'm not targeting Kiri, but I am targeting myself and 2 others. So that is a level 8 ability.
Okay, excellent.
6 points of armor.
Woof. Okay. So you give everyone 6 points of armor. How long is this going?
No, sorry, it's not 6 points of armor. It's 2 points of armor.
2
No,
points.
I have 4
Yeah.
points of armor.
Yeah.
You're
Ocris
adding
has-
2. I
yeah.
have 6 now.
Okay.
Come at me, bro. Hey, GM.
Yeah.
Now would be a great time to do the really fucked up shit when I'm nice and not squishy.
How long does that last, Bill?
I pumped it up so it lasts hours.
Excellent.
Usually,
Hours is what it
Chestnut's
says,
glass
no.
skin is each hour. There's a check, but
Great. Yeah.
So you can just-
The
okay.
default is a short duration, which is a number of rounds. They didn't want us to have to check each round, so I bumped it up a level and paid for it.
Woo.
Guys, weavers, man.
can I add a bit of flavor?
Please.
Absolutely.
Maurice, you do this. You see the effect of what you've done. You see the armor go up. You see your friends encased, protected. And you feel in control. You feel accomplished. You've achieved something. It feels good.
Hey, what the fuck?
Just the manic happy look in Marissa's face right now might be too much for me, and I love it.
Is this what it's like playing with me all the time?
I'm gonna flavor. I'm gonna retcon just a little bit of this flavor. When it goes up, it looks like this fully glass skin, but then it kind of settles and hardens, and now it looks a bit like a geode, like diamonds sticking up out of stone. So like 80% stone, but then the flickers of the glass and diamond.
Absolutely. I love that. Just like, I think there is this moment where you kind of like, I think almost in as a reflex almost to Kiri's reaction, I feel like it kind of manifests as like, oh no, what am I doing? Am I creating a mirror?
Sure.
Yeah. And I will say that as you do this, we're going to resolve Gav. I'm going to turn a card.
I know what I did.
You know what you did.
Yeah, I'm in a bar. We're not supposed to drink.
You are
This is misleading.
You are certainly supposed to drink in a bar. Endless woods, sounds, nature, mystery, the dark side of the forces of life. Nature plays a role.
Have we never gotten this before? Because that's the most twig bullshit that's ever twigged.
I think we have gotten this card before.
Yeah, I think this has been one we got very rarely, though. Travel through them is perilous. We hear things all around us that we cannot see. Trees and undergrowth conceal dangers and perhaps wonders. The Endless Woods is the location card of the Mysteries family, and rightfully so, for it is the very home to the unknown and perhaps the unknowable. Someone gets lost in the woods, or the forces of nature, weather, plague, living creatures cause an incident. A mysterious event occurs. A significant event happens in an unknown land. Take even a step into those dark woods, and you'll never find your way back. Ooh, okay. So, I'm going to say that this just happens, because you've ingested this, which is you find yourself... you see Twig, Ocris, you see Gabrielle turn her head to look at you and speak with a voice that is not hers. As Jeren's rasp issues forth from her voice.
Can I do something to fuck with his bullshit?
You may absolutely try.
I would like to use a different forte ability. I would like to rend time.
Okay. To what end? What are you trying to do?
So I can use this ability to cancel an enemy's next action. I literally just want to interrupt this prick.
Okay.
Guidance? Shut.
I think like literally he starts to say something through Gav.
Yeah.
And Okris just like this armor, there is a sense of tearing, like a literal tearing sensation as we are unmoored from time. And I would like to shut his bullshit down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put this is silver. So I don't have, that's not currently my active sun. And I would like to dump an obnoxious amount into this.
All right.
And that obnoxious amount is going to be sorcery. Well, oh my god, I have so much sorcery. I'm gonna put 8 into it.
Okay.
So this is gonna be a level 12 ability with +1 dice.
Okay, a level 12 ability with +1 dice. I have drawn the unknowable truth. Truth, searching, futility. The raven stands watch over the unknown. When the unknowable truth is revealed, it affirms and advocates for a conclusion. However, it indicates futility regarding a plan. Otherwise, it means that the answer requires more searching, perhaps searching elsewhere. Something is affirmed. A question is answered with a yes. An NPC is searching for something. A book with questionable contents is found. The foolish find the unknowable frustrating. I find it sustaining. Okay. So, you rend time, and I think what happens in this moment, as all of you see all of the patrons of the bar lurching forward, as though to kind of like once again rend everyone around them and to just absolutely do unspeakable violence to them, you see all of this get shredded away as though torn asunder, like the air and fabric of everything around you, as you see Gavriel freeze in place, and you just see still slowly but surely polishing the glasses. You see Roz behind the bar, watching everything kind of like passively. And the thing that you will notice is like the entirety of Zeros has disappeared with the exception of the bar and the drinks behind Roz.
So do I need to roll?
For all the sorcery you spent, no.
Okay.
But you have this moment, you have frozen Jeren, as whatever you ingested, Gav, because you said, I want whatever that is, you realize that whatever she has done, she has ingested perhaps, I will say the unknowable truth here, you realize that you have gotten a piece of the puzzle, which is that whatever is kind of acting as anchors for Jeren in this place, this is one of them. And Gav has knowingly ingested some of it.
Okay, so here's a question. The way we're narratively doing this. So basically what I've done is I've canceled Jaren's action.
Right.
Just hard stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I said no.
Yeah.
And whether or not I succeed in doing so, my next action has +1 enhancement, and my enemy suffers -2 to their next action.
Okay.
So I haven't basically reround time, so I haven't actually.
You've
had a drink
started
yet.
to say something?
Or say something or drink it, because I think it's in the
No,
glass.
it was when you started to say something in Jaren's voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think here's the question for you, Zach. Does Maurice and Kiri, are they here with me?
Oh, yeah.
Or is this okay?
Yeah, Maurice, Kiri, you have that disconcerting sight of watching everything shredded around you. I mean, this is inside of of Okris's heart. Okris has ultimate control over this landscape, but was able to kind of do this very easily. Kiri, you see that projected image of Ordeno is still there. It's just that young version, that reflection of him that's been shredded away.
And Okris looks at I think looks at Maurice and Kiri and says, I'm gonna try something.
Gavriel's eyes are now tinged with silver, and the veins on the side of her neck and then traveling up her forehead are also tinged with whatever this kind of colloidal silver is traveling through the veins.
Cool. Can I step forward? Can I basically step forward? And I think Okris gets uncomfortably close to Gav, who is frozen, and just, I think, whispers and what can only Gav can hear or will hear eventually is, sorry about this. And just absolutely takes the head of the sledgehammer and slams it into your stomach, trying to get you to throw up.
Okay. All right.
It's not like whap, it's like boop. Like like ramming it in there, not hitting her with a sledgehammer. This is just like trying to, like, the Heimlich maneuver, but making her throw up this asshole.
Crazy high physicality and withstand and resistance, and now I have armor.
But you're frozen.
That is true. However,
Still have those things.
exactly. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Technically speaking,
so
everybody around, all my enemies are taking 4 damage every round.
Okay. So,
And I can do more bullshit.
Okay. So first off, Jeren is going to take 4 points of damage, reduced to 2.
I don't think it's me anymore, Hopper. I think is the implication here.
It's the implication. No, not the implication.
So, first off, you have, like, I'm giving you this opportunity. So what is happening is you've done 2 points that get past the armor. You have an enhancement.
4.
It's 4, but it's reduced by the 2 armor that you gave Gav.
It's reduced by 3.
Yeah. It's reduced by 3, so it's 1 point. Yeah. So the next thing I will say is you are going to try to beat a withstand roll here. Now, because you are frozen, you can't actively aid in your own defense, but it is still pretty hard. You are going to need to hit an 11 on this. You're going to need to hit it twice. And then on the same time about that is, what is the additional kind of deleterious effect beyond giving you an enhancement? What does it take away again?
The rend time?
No, there was like an ongoing like scourge or something as well that's happening.
Oh yeah, I have a scourge.
No, I mean to the sufferer of the armor.
Oh, they take 4 damage.
Yeah, they take 4 damage.
Wait,
do they get any ongoing...
You mean me?
No, do they get an ongoing debility?
No.
Okay.
No.
So,
it's just straight up 4 damage.
Yeah, you got to hit
round.
You got to hit 11 twice.
Okay, so like, what action am I taking now? Because I have other stuff I could do.
You are hitting her with a sledgehammer in the stomach to try to make her throw up.
Gotcha. Great. So I have +1 to the venture. I've got the platonic ideal of a sledgehammer.
And just remember, kids, inducing vomiting is not always the best case in poison consumption. Please call your local poison control if you have any questions.
So
hang on a second. Just please cut this part. I'm already kind of feeling a little nauseous. So if we could reduce the amount of conversation we're having about this, I would love that. Thank you so much.
That's fair.
Keep it.
No,
valid.
please don't keep it. I don't want anyone to know I'm not feeling well.
That is very fair. Okay.
So the other option here is, do I have... Okay, I don't have time to cast another spell, right?
Not at this rate. Just resolve this action first.
Cool. I'm just gonna resolve the action. All right. I'm gonna put a well, I guess I have to put
Am I rolling or no?
I have to hit
It's
2?
static.
You are not. You are frozen. So
You said I have to hit 2 11s?
yeah, 2 11s. I will say, yeah, 2 11s.
Okay, that's gonna be basically rough.
You.
Just because of I can't put points into. I can only put points into
Your abilities.
sortilege,
Yeah.
but I can't also put other points in there. So, sorry, bear with me.
Listen, we've all been doing this with the math here.
Any attack you make against a single target inflicts +3 damage. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, go ahead and I'll tell you what. Give me a roll.
Okay, so I'm sortileging. I'm gonna have -1 to my roll because I have an ongoing scourge or whatever. Life is bad.
What's the level? What's the level of your sledgehammer?
My sledgehammer is somewhere. Fucked if I know. I don't know if that actually made it across. It is just the platonic ideal of a sledgehammer.
Excellent.
So I don't know what level that is because it's not on my sheet actually.
We'll say 4. Okay.
It's 4, so that is a 10 plus 1 minus 1, so that's a 10, and then just a 6.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you this. I'll give you kind of a devil's bargain here. You can accomplish this if you break the sledgehammer.
Okay.
All right.
Everything dies. Everything ends.
You.
How good are my fucking abs that you just had to bust your whole GD's platonic ideal of a sledgehammer against Gab fucking real?
Can I make?
All right, fans, make this fan art happen.
Can I make a pitch?
What's that?
Can I make a pitch that this is basically a combination of magic and physical force?
Oh, absolutely.
Like this is Okris's magic shattering Maurice's magic in a way that is concussive.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that you shatter this. You see the splinters of the handle, Gavriel, as something flees your body. And you just see it kind of snaking across the ground. Like, think of it like almost like a snake made of quicksilver. And you get the sense that it is trying to escape. I will give the other members of the party an opportunity to act here. Gabrielle, you've recovered. I think you're going to be a little slow on the draw this.
I took 1 damage to get through my natural resistances and the armor that I had. So just making a note of that.
Absolutely. In this moment, Kiri, Maurice, I'm going to say you guys get the opportunity to act first.
This thing, it's like like a liquid mercury on the floor.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it seems to be okay. I'm going to cut off one of its escape routes. Like if it can go left and right and straight, I'm gonna try and like shove a table or something in the way. Let's move an entire booth.
Excellent.
To make it go like into the center of the room.
I'm gonna say that you don't need to roll for this. I think essentially you are impeding it and setting up your allies to do something else.
Correct.
So in this case, Kiri and then Gav. Kiri, what do you do in this moment?
Ironically, I do have a spell called Capture Specimen, but it only works on spells, which I don't think this is, and specifically says it doesn't work on things that aren't spells. So I think what I will do instead is use Baroth's Binding Grasp, which should work similarly, but is less lovely named.
Absolutely.
So let me find... Binding Grasp. Spell text. I can. It's a beta spell. Sorry. Hold, please. We can cut some of the dead air while I search for its spell.
Wait,
text.
so is a beta spell like? Is that like?
It's
How
about the
does that work
size.
in the Omegaverse?
It's basically like 3 or it's a level 3
As
or 4
soon
spell.
as you opened your mouth.
Wait, what?
As soon as you opened
Oh,
your mouth, I
God
knew
damn it.
nothing good was happening.
No, terrible, terrible.
Hey, we had to vamp for time.
Do you? Okay, no, I'm good now. I'm cutting you off. Don't. I can. That's how you want me to pull up spell text fast? That's how.
I get enough of that at work. I really
Oh.
don't
Oh,
need that
no.
here.
All right, Baral's Binding Grasp is a beta spell, level 5, +1 die. A creature within short range is blinded and held in place until the spell depletes. It may still attack, just not change location.
Okay.
It is depletion 0 to 3, check each round. Color is gray.
Okay. Roll. This thing is escaping. It is weakened by what Okris has done, but you're still going to need to roll. Go ahead and you're going to try to hit a 6 on this. I think we've removed its kind of magical armor as it's kind of exiting and escaping, but you're still going to just need to hit that once.
I hit 6, exactly.
Okay.
So,
Excellent. What does it look like as you scoop this thing in with magic?
yeah, I think so right, like I think Kiri is used to things that like particularly things that move quickly because magic itself is such a fast like current and force. So she's used to the kind of strange movement of this thing, as well as its sort of kind of asymmetrical like running around attempts to evade Maurice, attempts to sort of find a different path out. So I think she's sort of like this spell as she communes with it. What this looks like is she really sort of reaches inside her magic and has a conversation with Baral's Binding Grasp. And I think Baral's Binding Grasp hasn't been used for a while. Might be a little salty about that. And it's kind of like a dog that needs to go outside, but like is, like hasn't like is by the door, is like ready, waiting, a little irritated that you weren't there sooner, but like is now so happy to see you, so that the door will open. And I think that's exactly the energy with which Yuri encounters Baral's Binding Grasp.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You can't make the spell baby.
Spells are baby, just so you know, they're all baby.
You did
Magic.
say it was a beta spell, so.
Oh, you really alphaed that beta.
Baby,
Did I do it right?
We're all
Sorry,
going.
the zoom in hopper that your camera just did was beautifully sitcom.
We're all gonna be charged with war crimes.
So you just see Baral's Binding Grasp sees this Quicksilver, and you just hear Roz say behind you,
Well, it is the root of all evil.
and they kind of incline their head up towards the menu of the bar, and you just see one of the drink entries is money.
What the hell happened?
I'm not sure. Sorry, Okris had to break that nice armor I just gave you.
I've had worse.
Is
I took the 1 damage, I looked down, it just like things feel a little sore.
Yeah, Okris is still like weirdly all up in like just kind of there.
So why did you hit me with your sledgehammer?
I think Okris drops the last remaining splinters that are in their hands, which kind of disintegrate as they fall to the ground. You drank, Jeren.
Maurice points to Kiri. That was inside you. Do you still have does the spell still have Jeren?
Oh,
yeah, that basically it freezes Jeren in place. But you all get to, even those who are lightly sensitive to magic get a light feeling of like, I got it.
I lean over the barb now, both hands, and say to Roz, I'm going to need a whole bottle of vodka.
And at which point, they kind of like look at you, and they slide over a bottle of something. You don't know that it's a vodka. You don't know.
You're going to need to confirm what's in the bottle now.
And you just hear Roz say in response to that,
The soul of a city.
and
No, I've already had that. You know what? It's not worth it.
and they take the bottle and place it back.
Come back soon.
And you see that everybody at the tables is once again frozen in a moment of camaraderie and happiness. Ardeno has resumed his original position, Kiri, and that projection is still there, but it's still looking at you.
I think are you real?
He just kind of looks and continues looking at you. You may make me an interaction roll if you'd like.
Would love to do that. And I'll dump a bene into that. 6 on the die plus 1 is 7.
You have been around Ardeno enough to know that this is not a look that you have seen him kind of do before, unless it was like, it's kind of a modification of almost when he sees a tome or a book that he's very excited to see. But the thing that you notice is it's a look of not desire but longing, like a wistfulness, and it seems to be directed at you, but not necessarily you. It's hard to kind of put your finger on it.
I think Kiri is there's like all of a sudden a feeling inside of her that sort of is like a dissonance. And she doesn't entirely know where it's come from or why. Maybe it's to do with the fact that she just casts a spell. Maybe it's to do with the fact that the mirror that she's once again clad in this mirror armor. But wherever it's coming from, this dissonance is sort of amplifying as she stares Ardeno in the face. But lightning fast, she represses it and looks to the others. Should we do something about that? Points at Jeren.
And you're pointing to the quicksilver in their grasp?
Yes.
We could always destroy it.
Yeah, I'm in favor. Maree takes a step over and kind of, puts his hands on his hips and looks down at it, like someone looking at a car. Yeah. What do we think here? Can I use a understanding magical? What's
Absolutely.
understanding, quantifying, or identifying magic that lies outside of codified magical practices?
You may.
I mean, I can get one of my guys to do it for you, but.
Well, there's your problem. All right. I will spend a sword village, because what are these numbers on my sheet if not things to use?
Mm-hmm.
And I add 1 to these, and I got 2 4s.
Okay. And you've added a 1 to each of them?
Yeah, that's 4 all day.
Okay, so I will say that off of this, You don't know necessarily the exact nature of this thing, but you realize that it is you realize that it's probably a manifestation of some kind of corruption, some kind of anchor for Jeren's presence here in the heart.
Okay.
I will say with a 5, with 2 5s, you don't get much more than that.
Not even that. Maree says, I want to know how to do it. I don't think stomping my heels on it gonna do anything.
That's why you gotta get good union labor there.
Maree takes a step back. Want to shoot it?
Think
Like shooting Jeren in a glass jar full of magic. Just how the phrase always goes.
Yeah. Well,
just
hold
like
on.
shooting Barothly bound Jeren in a binding spell.
Yeah, that checks out. Okay.
Why not
Yeah,
try
I mean-
shooting it, how about?
Literally, I'll take my rifle and I'll aim it right down.
In Barath, Jeren bind you. Anyhow. All right. So you're going ahead firing. I mean,
Yeah.
Can we firing spot this motherfucker?
if you
I
want,
mean,
I'm gonna
my
say
gun does some pretty awesome damage.
Yeah, but I feel like Fortinbras will get, like, feel bad.
But consider, I had to
Oh,
swallow
brother,
that.
I didn't know that you cared.
Look, I'm all about duets. You ever listen to One for the Heart?
We could both do
Okay,
it.
is
Yep.
Fortinbras flirting with me? I need to know.
It sounds like Fortinbras is flirting with my rifle.
Oh, that actually...
Wow. That's
Again, the close-up was very good.
that's an impressive gauge you got there.
No.
My
this
non-sentient rifle.
is the only time I wish Twig had awoken something.
My rifle, not sentient.
One of those divine hollow points. I'm very appreciative.
I appreciate the butt, a well-padded buttstock. Sometimes you just need a little extra recoil suppression.
What is the matter with your gun?
Okay, and Okris, because we're doing that as canon. Okris
canon.
goes, Okris, a hand cannon, in fact. I'm so sorry. Okris just looks at Gav and goes, "It's not mine. I didn't do this."
I had a cursed thought.
Oh no.
Do it.
Say it, please. You might as well.
What's the piece of the gun that when you're about to fire it, you put the safety on and it goes
Are you
up.
saying that that's the condom in this situation?
No, I'm saying that the gun cocks itself.
I mean, it is a revolver, so yeah. Like, I've been picturing it with a hammer, which is typically the safety on a revolver.
Look, I don't mean to be spinning my cylinders here, but we gonna get this show on the road or what?
Does your gun want to rifle through my gun's chambers?
Oh, in the worst way.
This is it, folks. This is the end.
what is even happening? All right. I'm not gonna make you roll.
A real combustible situation.
That was, you know what?
The sparks, they're flying.
Quite literally and figuratively.
Do you need to reload there, Zach? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, my God. Okay.
We're really coming off half-cocked here.
Are you out of ammo yet? Because I've got some in the chamber.
It's fine. We're shooting blanks at the moment. I mean, they just keep coming. So
Look,
One
I
of them
think
is
the
bound to hit the target.
I feel like we
think the
need the directed by Robert B. Weed, just Curb Enthusiasm lyrics.
Look, this is what our audience is here for. A really high caliber of puns.
Oh.
Really like a revolving door of them at this
Now,
point.
in character, Maurice is loving all of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In true dad fashion.
I will
Is
say.
this literally is this has this entire dialogue that we've been doing
I was
just
doing
been in
it.
Maurice's head?
Wait, I would like to say, I know we were doing it as table talk, but I would like to think that Okris and Gav weren't just firing these off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Imagine all of those, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only time you've ever seen Okris be funny. Like literally the
I
only
can't stress
time.
enough that Okris and Gav are saying this with the complete straight face in the most deadpan voices imaginable. Just like Okris's like gruff voice and Gav's just straight laced Russian accent.
I love that. I love that so much.
Okay, I love this. It's canon. We've had.
Is it canon?
It's canon.
It's a hand cannon. Yes. So, and with that,
Yeah.
both
Lock
of,
in, everyone.
both of you lock in. You guys set your hearts in the crosshairs, and you guys fire simultaneously, and you watch this Quicksilver explode into black flecks as it kind of. I think if you had set down Barath's binding grasp in this kind of like spell, you would see this thing erupt within the binding before the binding itself shimmers and fades into nothing. And at which point you realize again that sensation of some sort of tension, some sort of stricture lifts from you, Okris.
Nah.
Yeah.
Never had parasites before.
And it is at this.
Well, there's your problem.
That'll be $1,000. We got it.
You got silver bugs in your carotid there. Yeah. Look, normally this is gonna cost you a fortune. I'm gonna give you a deal.
I don't think you get to use car salesman when I'm doing the work.
That's, you know what? I think it's an equal opportunity heart for everybody here.
I
Okay.
don't think that's. I'm gonna push back on that. These are my ventricles.
So I shall say, you get
Home
this.
is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is. The heart is where the home is, actually. You guys find yourselves, unless there is any objection, walking out of this frozen moment in Zeros. The only thing that kind of looms along this street, however, is what looks to be kind of that massive greenhouse, beyond it a radio tower. What would you guys like to do?
Can I, based on that like assessment of that part of Jeren, that Mercury, could I attune to it? Could I find it? Could I get a signal? Could I?
Absolutely. You may. I will say, yeah. How would you like to do this? Or is this something you would like to do a weave, or are you using some other ability?
Boy, I'm running real low on resources. I think I'd just like to roll intellect. Can I roll intellect?
Absolutely, you may. And I will turn a card to see how this goes for you.
Cool. I'm gonna spend 2.
Okay.
I'm 8 all day.
8 total?
8 total.
Let me change the music right quick. The revealing knife cuts everything. It slices through buildings or mountains as easily as paper or flesh. Anything that obfuscates what lies beyond or within is cut with precise strokes. We all long for such a tool to cut away the confusion and the lies, but we fear it as well. For what would such a knife slice away from us? What would it expose? The philosopher Timon Grain says, "We always assume that what lies beneath, buried deep, is what is real. But what if the truth is actually the outermost layer? What if the grandest secret in the world is that there are no secrets, and everything is what it appears to be?" Most believe the revealing knife to be the counterpoint to Grain's idea. When the revealing knife card is turned, it suggests that careful, precise action is required for what lies ahead. It indicates that there are secrets to be discovered, and whether their revelation is good or ill tiding is up to the individual concerned. When the card is turned, most assume that the next card played on the Path of Suns indicates the nature of the secret revealed by the knife. A secret is revealed, or at the very least, there is a secret that might be revealed. A challenge arises that requires finesse. Something is cut or severed. The blade carves away all it obscures, leaving truth exposed for all to see. So, what you realize as you kind of attuned your senses to the weave, and you try to understand and find the source of this corruption, is you realize that what you have been carefully removing, carefully, I say, but what you have been excising from this area have been outcroppings, manifestations of the root of Jeren's infection. And there is another such outcropping, but you realize that this is the one that sustains it. This is the one that empowers it. As you follow the weave, it leads and it weaves with something else that you can feel, even almost, you cannot see what Kiri has seen to this point and kind of seen the strands connecting. But I think after a while, Kiri, you are able to kind of locate this as well, as I think Maurice begins kind of looking pointedly at this kind of filament of magic. It is a cord as thick as that attachment was to the portrait of King Nine when Okris was standing next to the portrait of King Nine. It is as thick as that cord is, but more so. Just almost like as distant as you are from that, what looks to be atrium. Further along, you realize how thick it is, and the reason it is so much thicker, the power emanating off it so much greater, in such greater fashion, is that it is woven with something else. A pale, death-like strand of moonlight shining sickeningly bright, as the paleness of Jeren's own death is intermingled with something that has been dead for far longer. Whatever awaits you in that greenhouse, should you choose to confront it, that atrium, that is the secret that will be revealed, and that is what will require the most finesse. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So I'm going to turn off this spooky music.
We're great at finesse.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've shown that this entire episode.
I think you guys are as finessed, as possessed of as much finesse as blunt force trauma. And you know what? I'm here for it.
Apparently, Listen, we
Hey.
know Gav's abs can take it now.
Abs
Yeah, we do.
of steel.
Hey, speak for yourself. I've got a lot of finesse, but these two chuckle fucks, they just go for it at first. And you know what? I
call
never get
Okris a
it.
chuckle fuck.
Is this
I wouldn't call Okris a chuckle fuck.
is the
the thing.
He
first?
just stood there and made gun puns for canonically like 5 minutes.
Also, to be very clear, I had like 30 more and like ready to rock and roll.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
had 30 more. Like I was gonna say in the chamber, but there can only be one in the chamber. I had like, I was so fucking ready to rock. I had a bullet points joke ready when somebody started talking about being organized. Hi. I love this that this is now canon about Okris because I think they might have just done their first humor.
I'm
You
proud
know?
of them.
They've got depth. They got a lot
You're
of.
multi-dimensional.
So guys, we're wrapping up tonight. We're gonna do a real quick our shout outs and plugs. Starting with Marcy. Go ahead.
Hello. I don't know when in the future this will be airing, which is very exciting for me to make plugs for our wonderful channel. But you know what? The odds are good that Streets of Gotham is probably back. So you might be watching that, and you should continue to watch that. I don't know what episode it is, and I don't know how to promo whatever's upcoming, but I do know what we've done, and it fucking rules. So you should be watching that on Mondays. Let me see. What else do I want to shout out? I mean, punch a local Nazi.
Always
It
punch
is,
Nazis.
exercise is good for you. Cardio, endurance, weights, balance. It's got everything. So, take care of yourselves. Find an exercise routine that works for you. And have fun.
Most importantly, have fun.
The more you know. And that's it for me.
Bill.
Let's see. Shout outs. I always want to shout out my fellow cast and my DM. Not only are we defeating the calendar together, but it's great to create with you and enjoy what you create together. So I really appreciate that. Plugs. I'm going to plug Jeff Stormer, Party of One podcast, All My Fantasy Children, Unofficial, Official, Olive Garden LARP. What else? What else am I missing? Wrote a book. Jeff Stormer. Check him out.
Hopper.
Sorry, I'm still me, still Hopper, and I am going to. No, Marcy already told you to punch Nazis, which is great advice.
No, you can say it again. It's good to remind people how to exercise.
Repetition.
I was
Do
gonna.
it.
Repetition
Exercise is
key.
very important. But you know what else you should do? You should also talk to your local community members because organizing is a fundamental part of engaging in your community. And right now, more than ever, we need to engage in our communities. And that's how you find out the ways in which you should be exercising your rights and exercising, generally speaking. Take care of each other, be kind to each other, and educate yourself. And things are looking very bleak. And while that may be the future and the timeline that we're in, don't forget that that doesn't mean that you are powerless to do anything at all. And small acts of resistance and just trying to build and safeguard yourself against kind of the things that are happening they're important and they matter. And again, taking care of, I cannot stress, take care of each other, engage in mutual aid, and remind the people around you that you love them and that you're able. Hi, what's up? You can just take care of each other. You can just do it. It's so crazy. Like, stop worrying about being cringe and tell people you love them.
Oh,
That's my PSA.
I love that.
Hey, I love you, unless you're a Nazi or a cop. Yeah. Hi. Do it. Don't be a coward.
Marissa.
following that, this episode brought to you by the letter P for puzzle, which we didn't do any of this
No,
episode
I
at
solved
all.
that. Listen, hang on a second. I solved them both through miraculous stupidity and ultra violence.
My plug for this episode is going to be the importance of solving puzzles with solutions and rules and coming up with elegant solutions and then feeling
What
good
about that was
that.
not elegant?
Hey, Marissa, are you saying that we didn't come up with precise and accurate solutions to problems?
I'm playing 5D chess over here.
The power of solving puzzles with intelligence. Intelligence.
No,
fails.
quite frankly, it's not 5D chess. Zach is playing 5D chess, but he happens to be playing it against a absolutely rabid raccoon. That's eating the pieces.
What about you? What about you?
2 rabid raccoons that are eating the pieces.
2? 4? Come on. Well, all right. What was it?
Speak
You know
for
what?
yourself.
3.
I wanna. I'm telling a little story with the pieces here in the corner, and then I'm gonna win.
I can't wait.
3 rabid raccoons and like a demure meerkat. How about that?
Hey, be right back. I'm changing Marissa's contact information on my phone.
I will. I will say. Honestly. I always love solving puzzles with incredible intelligence. Intelligence fails. Solving puzzles with incredible violence. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, any shout outs or plugs?
No, just for me, folks. Do a puzzle sometime in your next week. It could be a crossword. It could be a riddle. It could be a game of chess. It could be anything that requires finesse, elegance, and logic to solve. And then just sit with that solved puzzle and say, I did that.
Hey.
That one's for Marissa. And
I did that. That one's for you.
You know what? You know what? My plug, my shout out's going to be to Marissa, too.
Wow. Wow.
Shout out everybody to Marissa, to our rectress of reflection, our mistress of monikers. Good night, you princes of New England. Good night, you lords of Manchester.
See, I don't like this. That means there's a puzzle brewing for me, and I don't. That was not what I intended to call upon myself, and yet, did I?
You were
Maybe.
only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Anyhow, for my own part, I just want to echo what everybody said. Fight fascists. Give love to your neighbors and to each other, and to yourselves. And most importantly, may the invisible sun shine on you all. Good night, and we'll hopefully see you in a week or 2 for more crazy puzzle solving hijinks. Anyway, good night.